Hello, welcome to Laser Etched Leather-like Notebook. My name is Ken, the Digital Services Specialist. To complete this tutorial, you will need to download a free software called Inkscape, which we will use to create our designs. After your design is complete, please send the PDF file to digitalservices@balibrary.org. I will then send you an email when the notebook is ready to be picked up at the library. Also, feel free to email me with any questions that you have about this project. For those of you that signed up through the program, there will be no charge for this notebook. Outside of this program, we charge $5 per notebook. These are the four color options for notebooks. We have black, brown, tan, and gray. These notebooks are not real leather, but they do have a similar feel. Please note that the etching on the black notebook will be silver, and the etching on all of the other notebooks will appear as black. When you email the file to me, please indicate which color notebook you would like. Alright, let's first start at balibrary.org. Scroll down the page. Under upcoming events, you'll see the event. If you don't see it here, then click on View All Programs, and then you'll be able to search for it. So click on this notebook program, and then scroll down the page a little bit more, and you'll see there's two links here. The first is to download Inkscape, and the second is to download the template. So first, let's download Inkscape. That brings us to inkscape.org. And then click on this Download Now link. And here are the options depending on your operating system. If you have a Windows computer, click on Windows. If you have a Mac, click on Mac. Then go ahead and click on Download Template, and that will bring you to the Google Drive link. So nothing will appear on the template because it is blank. Go ahead and click Download in the upper right corner, and then it will automatically be saved in your computer's Downloads folder. After you open up Inkscape, click on the Time to Draw tab, and then click on New Document. Then go ahead and expand the window. Okay, now let's open up the template. Go to File, and then click Open. In your Downloads folder, find Leather-like Notebook Template, and then click Open. And go ahead and click OK. And again, expand the window. Go ahead and press the 5 key on your keyboard. That will automatically zoom on the document so that we see the full document here. To zoom in and out, you can use the plus and minus keys on your keyboard. You can also scroll up and down or left and right to get a better view of the object, but always know that you can hit that 5 key and get the perfect view of the full document. Okay, so now let's start on our design. If you have watched any of my other tutorials, it's very similar to the coasters or the pint glass video that I did. So I'm going to go through two different options today. The first will be making a design with an online tool called Monogram Frames. The second option will be searching for an image on the internet and then importing the image into Inkscape. And then I will also show you how to add text to your design. If you already have a file that you want to use, then you can skip ahead in this video to the part where I import a file from the internet into Inkscape. If you need a little bit of inspiration on what to do for a design, then I suggest going to monogramframes.com. This website has a lot of options for making cool frames with initials or names. So first, on the left side, we'll see all the fonts, and you can scroll through those fonts just to get a preview. On the right-hand side, we will see all of the frames, and you can also select by category, which is pretty cool. I would first suggest finding a good frame and then after that you can type in your name or initials to see how the full design looks. Another thing I want to mention is that if you see a design that's colorful over here, just know that it's not actually going to etch in that color. It only etches the single color onto the notebook. It will etch black on all the notebooks, except if you get the black notebook, then it will etch silver. Okay, so I found a frame that I like, and I'm gonna go through and select a font. And then you can type in whatever you want on the top here. Okay, so I like this as my design. I'm going to go ahead and export this. So scroll down the page and then click on this button, download your files. Do not click on this button. This is just an advertisement. So go ahead and click where it says download your files here. And then click this checkbox saying that you have read and accepted the terms, and then we want to download the SVG. So click on SVG, and that will download it to your downloads folder. And now we are back in Inkscape here. Let's import our design. Go to File and Import, and then go ahead and find your design in the downloads folder. And click OK. And then that brings our design into Inkscape now. Let's click and drag it and put it onto the middle of the page here. So now there's really only two things to do. I'm going to resize the image and then I'm going to center it on the page. So first, to resize it, I'm going to click on one of the corner arrows here. Before I click on it though, I'm going to hold down the Control key on the keyboard, and this will ensure that it resizes proportionally. If I don't hold down the Control key, then you'll see that it kind of warps the image, which you might want to do, but if you don't want to do that, make sure that the Control key is pressed before you resize like that. Okay, so I think that's a good size right now. Next, we want to center the image. Okay. Next, we want to center the image on the page. Go up to Object, and then click Align and Distribute. And now this box shows up with all of the alignment options. We want to click relative to the page because we want to center it within the bounds of the page here. And I am going to center it on the vertical axis by clicking this button here. Oh, actually, I'm glad I did that. We want to make sure the image is selected first, and then you want to click on center on vertical axis. Then it actually moves. Also, I'm going to center it on the horizontal axis as well. So for this design, I'm going to have it exactly in the middle of the notebook. If you wanted it centered a little bit more upwards toward the top of the notebook, then really all you have to do is just nudge the design with the arrow keys on the keyboard. So you can, move it up a little bit however you want. I'm going to go ahead and align it in the center. Okay, so I am happy with this design. I'm going to go ahead and click on File and Save As. Please go ahead and save your notebook with your first and last name, just so I know whose it is. And choose a location that you want to save it to on your computer. Either your desktop or documents will probably be easiest for you to find. And then go ahead and click Save and OK. and then attach that PDF file in an email to digitalservices@balibrary.org. And also, please let me know which color you would like this notebook to be. Now I'm going to search the internet for an image to use on my design. Whatever it is you're looking for, it is very helpful if you put the word silhouette or clip art after the image. Basically, we're looking for a black and white image that will transfer onto the notebook much easier than a color image. So I'm going to search for a dragon, and I'm going to type silhouette, and then I'm going to click on images here and find one that I like. I'm going to right click on the image, and then I'm going to click Save Image As. And then again, it's going to save to my downloads folder, and I'm going to click Save. Another thing to make sure is that it's either a PNG or a JPEG image. So back in Inkscape now, let's go to File and Import. And find the image that we just got here and click Open and OK. Now we can see the image here. You may need to zoom out if your image is a little bit bigger. So we need to convert this to a vector format. With the image selected, go up to Path and click on Trace Bitmap. And then click this Update button. Now we see a preview of what the image will look like. If your image is not showing up well enough, you may want to increase the brightness threshold. You can do that by clicking the plus button over here and then click Update, and you'll notice that your image will become a little bit darker. So you may need to play with the brightness a little bit, but I like the way this image looks, so then I can go ahead and hit Apply. Okay, and then go ahead and click X next to Trace Bitmap, and that will close that menu. So now, if you click and drag, you'll notice that you have two images. And the image that you want is the image that looks like the line over here is passing through the back of it. So this is the one we want. Your image, if you can't see through all the white space, that's the one that we want to delete. So go ahead and delete the old one. And now I'm going to resize this to make it a little bit smaller. Again, I will click Control on the keyboard first, and then resize it like that. Also, if you need to rotate your image, just click twice on it, and then you'll notice that these rotation arrows come up. And again, if you press down Control, it will snap like that. Or you can just do a free rotation like that. The last thing I want to do is add some text. The letter A is the text tool. Go ahead and click that, and then go ahead and click on the document here, and then you can type your text. Now we can choose our font. Go ahead and click in the upper left corner here, and then use your up and down arrows on the keyboard to scroll through the different fonts, and you'll see an automatic preview. So just cycle through all the fonts until you find one that you like. And then you can also increase the size of the font over here. You can type in your own number if the font is still too small. Let's center both of these images. First, I'm going to click the dragon, then Object, Align and Distribute, and then I'm going to center it vertically. Then I'm going to do the same with my text there. Okay, and again, once you're done, just go to File and Save As, and then attach that PDF to an email. So that concludes the tutorial for today. Again, feel free to email me with any questions that you have, and I look forward to seeing your designs. Thank you, and take care.